Hello, New Yorkers. Hello, vegetarians. So I'm here to talk to you a little bit about raw foods. So yes, it's the most extreme vegetarian approach in diet, to eat nothing cooked, only raw foods. So I became a vegetarian back in 1989. I had some minor health problems, some chronic yeast infections, acne, constipation, those nagging little problems, and I just wasn't getting better. So I started to change my diet. I became vegetarian, then vegan. Well, I was pooping up a storm. No problem pooping then. Then I continued because I still was not getting better. And then I just went full on. I was 24 years old. I figured, let's give it a try. I went raw. And after 3 months of really having a very clean raw foods diet, I no longer had any problems with chronic yeast infections. And now it's 27 years later, and I'm up here talking to you. So yes, I'm a colon hydrotherapist, so it's a journey, when you start to explore your health. So things unravel, and once you take those steps and you start learning, you could just think you're feeling great, but then it just continues to get better and better. So I can tell you that firsthand, and I lead people through detoxes with my classes and the work I do at my business, Gravity East Village. So I want to share with you a little bit about the benefits of eating raw foods. Has anyone ever heard of the benefits of eating more raw foods? Yeah, right on. So we're talking fruits, vegetables, nuts, and seeds, sprouts. I come here every 5 days or so, and I see Stuart over on Union Square West here at the market. I live right here in the East Village, and I buy 2 pounds of sprouts from him every couple of days. And I make smoothies. I eat smoothies throughout the day. And I'm busy running my business, and it keeps fueling me. And most people say, well, how could you just live on fruits and vegetables, nuts and seeds, and keep going? I actually find I have more energy living on this kind of a diet. And at first I thought, oh, how could I possibly do that? But I have more clarity of mind, more energy. I'm just better in every way. So why raw is better than eating cooked foods? Well, when you take a raw food, basically it has an energy or life force. When we cook the food above 113 degrees, it starts to lose its life force and energy. So we all have an aura. We're all beings of light. And when we cook food, that aura, that electricity, that life force actually dies. And when it goes up beyond 118 degrees and you keep it up there long enough, you're going to basically just ruin that life force. It just gets killed off. So if you want an energetic body, if you want to have lots of energy, and you want to have a glowing skin and feel great, doesn't it make sense that you would put that life force and energy of your food into your body? If I take an asparagus, that asparagus is, it's got a sort of strength to it, right? It's crispy, it's taut. But if I cook the asparagus, it just becomes limp, right? The molecular structure literally changes in the food when we cook it. Think of a string bean, it becomes rubbery when it should be crisp. So if you want a strong body, you want to age gracefully, that's what you do, you eat raw foods. So yes, that's another thing. When we cook our foods, we change the molecular structure. It's no longer the same thing anymore. And you think your body doesn't know the difference? Well, yes, it does. There's something called leukocytosis. So every time we eat cooked foods, our body actually goes into an immune response. Your white blood cell count goes up, and your body sees it as a foreign substance. So our natural food is raw foods, because if you really look at it philosophy-wise, animals in nature, do they cook their foods? They don't. Animals in nature are strong, healthy, and all they live on is raw foods. The cow eats the grass. The monkey eats fruits and lots of greens. That is really what we're supposed to be eating. I don't see any monkeys with ovens on their backs. So when we eat cooked food, it's going to make us crave more food. So if we have issues surrounding food cravings or overeating, you're very unlikely to overeat on a salad. You're very unlikely to overeat on some watermelon. So to connect with our innate intelligence, what the body really needs in terms of just the right amount of food, you're going to go raw. And the taste buds change. If we're salting up our food and putting a lot of spices, and if we're eating fried foods and these things, heavy foods, then we're going to crave more of that. It puts on weight, and it takes a lot of work to digest that food. So that's another thing about raw foods. It's high water content. When we cook our foods, we're dehydrating the water out of the food. So it makes no sense. We're told to drink 8 glasses of water a day, right? Half our body weight in ounces of water we should be drinking. But if we just eat the food with a high water content, like fruits and vegetables, and you make that most of what you're eating, wow, that makes total sense. So raw food comes in the perfect package. Just the right amount of fiber, just the right amount of water. After all, our bodies are mostly made out of water. The planet is actually 70% water. Your body is 70% water. So it makes, again, complete sense that you're going to eat high raw. Do you have to eat 100% raw? Wow, you don't. You can be really healthy if you go about 70%. So if you can eat 70% of your diet, salads, fruits and vegetables, healthy foods, you fill up on that. Maybe get the juicer going, lots of green juices, vegetable juices. You're going to see a whole big change. You're going to start to detox. So that's my work. I help people detox with my work as a colon hydrotherapist. But for me, this is my life. This is my lifestyle. This is how I eat all the time. Some people go on a detox of raw foods. That's how I live. And so I totally recommend giving it a try. The other benefits of eating raw foods is that it's packed with enzymes. When we cook our food, we actually kill off the enzymes. And then your body needs to produce enzymes so you can digest your food. So that's the stress. Your body is going to age a lot faster if you have to burden it with using up the pancreatic enzymes to just digest your food. So again, perfect package. It's going to have just the right amount of enzymes so you can digest it. You're also going to feel a lot lighter on a raw foods diet. You won't feel heavy. Okay. There's a feeling of contentment. So my diet is actually high vegetable, high green, but a lot of fats. So I eat a lot of avocados, I eat nuts and seeds. So where do I get my protein? I get my protein from nuts and seeds that I soak before I make them into dressings and pâtés, like a hummus, but I'll make it out of almonds or walnuts. It is so delicious. I love making all my own food. Also, I eat lots of greens and sprouts, really good source of protein. And just eating enough calories. That's the important ingredient. Also, the nutrition is intact. So the most superior nutrition is going to be in a raw food. When we change that structure of the food by cooking it, it's no longer of the superior quality. Yes, if you eat kale raw, you may not absorb the nutrition in the kale. But what do we do with it? We juice it. We blend it and we make it into a smoothie. That's how you'll have the greens and the kale to unlock that nutrition so you can absorb it. So because it's water-rich raw foods, it literally can loosen up a lot of old debris in the body. So you start to detox, like all the old poops that may not have come out, because if you're eating sticky foods, a lot of white flour, or if you happen to eat animal foods, any kind of cooked foods, it's probably going to leave a little something behind. Even though you may have a good poop every day, chances are the poop is a little sticky. And with that, it gets stuck inside your colon. And then again, you may not feel as energetic and wonderful. So then you go on this type of diet where you're eating a lot of raw foods, and all that water content food is going to loosen up all the debris, and you're going to start to detox. So that is good stuff, because we want to get the channels of elimination moving. So you have to come see me and have a colonic at Gravity East Village. I can help you out with that so you can feel better. So also easy to digest. When we eat a lot of fruits and vegetables, it's our natural food. So we want to fill our bellies up with that. The colon loves lots of fruits and vegetables and good fiber, so we could create a nice, good bowel movement and move it on out. So animals in nature, do they cook their food? No, they don't. And most, our life expectancy is actually more like 120 years or more. I don't see too many people even making it these days past like 70, 75. So if we really return to what's truly our natural food, we have a better opportunity to create less stress, less burden, less toxicity. Because when we eat a lot of starches, we eat a lot of animal foods, there's a lot of toxins that get generated when we eat these foods. It creates a burden and a hardship on the body. So we want to support the body as much as we can, create ease, because that food that we eat, it goes in, we absorb the nutrition, and then it must leave the body. And when we create obstruction in the body with foods that create a lot of mucus, a lot of toxins, that's what causes the aging process. That's what really the cause of disease. So any of the old writings on disease that you might read, it's really talking about the obstruction. So when that obstruction doesn't leave the body, that's the problem. So by having a cleaner body, a healthier body, hey, when you go vegan, you eat a lot of raw foods, when you poop, it doesn't even smell. Your body odor, you're gonna smell a lot cleaner. Your cleanup when you're cooking your food, there's no pots, there's no, nothing to scrape, because the food is clean and it's not gonna stick to you. And that's my recommendation, is to go raw. And the last thing I'd like to mention is I'm so devastated that Angelica's Kitchen is closing. Such an institution here in the East Village. I started going there when I began my journey as a vegan back in 1990. This restaurant has been open for 40 years. They have really provided a great service. I recommend that you find me on Facebook, and then you can find the link for the GoFundMe. Please support Angelica's Kitchen. They will be open till Friday. Find me there. You'll see me there at the community table every night, and I would love to meet with you and share a meal. Thank you so much.